had like little shot glass.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one
it's
is like a
it's
little
it's
whiskey
a
glass.
thimble. Yeah, thimble, isn't it, or whatever they call them. Yeah, thanks for that. That was a really cool gift.
It was just like they weren't expensive. It was like, you know what, I've got to do something nice. It's Christmas.
Ah, man, that was a very very nice surprise. That was actually that was the day we signed the record deal. You were there to witness that,
Yep.
pretty much.
Yeah, because you
That's
basically. Because Kyle turned around and was like, "We're going to sign you something now. We can't say anything. Bye," and then just walked off.
pretty much. Yeah, so it was a bit of a that was a long process because I think we first got it in like October, I think it was, and then we like had to get a lawyer to look over it, and like it was just like loads of things that we don't normally do in our day to day. So it was kind of like a drawn out process of like, oh, but can we do this, or like, what do you mean by that? Like, but it got to a good point. I think we're pretty happy with how it's been going
As
so
long
far.
as, like, obviously they're not going to make anybody change. Like, obviously, I know with the Raven Age they've made MJ cut his bleach blonde hair and change it.
Did they? Oh wow, interesting. I just assumed that was kind of like a label choice, but
Nope, I
interesting.
asked him and he says it was the label that had asked him to.
Wow,
There's a fun
interesting.
fact for you.
I mean, we didn't really have. I mean, because we were presenting the image really, so we kind of were trying to look as interesting as possible to them anyway. There's nothing really in terms of appearance or like who's doing what. They're more like just looking at what we're more just strategy really, like strategy of posting, strategy of like release schedule, all that kind of thing. So we've got something cool in the works through them, which is what I was saying is hopefully happening at the end of the year. But we'll see. We've got to keep it under wraps for now.
So you've picked a good deal then with the label.
Yeah,
I think
because
so.
I've noticed it's not your YouTube that is promoting the singles, both the Curse and this one.
Well, because so their channel gets the views just because they've got a bigger platform really, so it kind of works out nicely for us anyway. I think I assume most signed bands will do that really.
I've noticed it, especially with
agreement.
Napalm Records. I've noticed they do it with all the Tremonti stuff, all the Alter Bridge stuff.
Yes, yeah. So Napalm's actually the parent company of our label, so it's like Long Branch, then there's SPV, and then there's Napalm. So actually, it was someone in Napalm who got in touch with us, and he was like, it was the weirdest process of like, he was pitching us Des Ferreira's clothing brand from Devil Driver, and it was so bizarre because it was like, we looked into it because I was like, oh, I know that name, like what, that's interesting, like who is this guy? But it turns out that he was part of Napalm Records basically. And while the clothing brand didn't really quite fit with what we were doing with the new album, we were just like, we do have a new album if you want to listen to it. And literally from there he was like, oh, it sounds like it would be a good fit for Long Branch, and he passed it down. So it was just the most bizarre way that we found the label, really.
That's awesome. That's an awesome story to tell in the future, though.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not just like, because we were pitching as well, like directly, but we didn't really have an in, so there wasn't like an obvious like quick response to anything. We just found a way, which is quite cool. And we're still speaking to the guy as well. He's really nice. He's like, I think he's based in Austria, so he's been really digging the new music.
So I think we all have.
It's good to hear.
Especially, even both of them have just been bopping away to like the Curse.
Yeah,
has become a stream favorite.
I think the other thing is that the fact we went to a new producer was really good because the previous stuff was, well, the producer basically isn't doing music anymore anyway. So even if we wanted to go back to him, we wouldn't be able to. But he was a little bit more a bit cheaper, so it was more affordable at the time, which we needed really. But it did end up being quite a long process for a lot of the guys because they had to take loads of time off work, and so like they lost money on that front. But this time we basically just recorded it ourselves. Once we had the demos from Toby, we did like pre-pro at Toby's, got it sounding pretty sharp. Then that was it. We just recorded it at Kyle's drum studio, and it didn't require all of us to be there. To be fair, like there was one day I think it was just me and Cherry. We did 2 of the songs. I think it might have been The Curse, and I don't know if it was The Curse and Gold in the Dark, or maybe it was Gold in the Dark and a following song, I think. But yeah, we literally just did it in a weekend at Kyle's while he was at home, or he was away or something. I think he was away. So it worked out really.
Yeah, he's been going on a lot of holidays recently, hasn't he?
That boy's always going on holidays, honestly. I don't know how he does it, but yeah. So it was a lot more laid back in some ways. Like we were able to just record on our own time, and then we just sent all the tracks then over to Germany. It was the producer's based in Germany. He does the band Electric Cowboy, if you know that band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's his like biggest breakout success. But I don't know if it was his band who supported or he actually played within Temptation. He's like done a bunch of like guitar stuff for them in the last year or two. But yeah, literally we went to him. We thought he'd be really expensive, but we basically kind of just happened to. We were actually booked in for another producer, the guy who does As Everything Unfolds, and yeah, it was kind of the same situation where we were going to have to take like 2 weeks off, kind of, or like, well, it wasn't 2 weeks because we were just doing the single, but it was like, I don't know, 4 days or something. Was going to have to be taken off to go to, I think it was Hastings way. And so, yeah, we were just like, well, actually, we found the rates were basically comparable. So, yeah, we were just like, well, it makes sense to send it to Germany because we can just do it ourselves then.
Do you reckon another Defences in the Raven Age tour would happen?
Good. In future, I'd like to think so, but I almost feel like, I don't know. It's like I don't know if they're in a different circle now, almost like, I don't know who their agent is these days either. Like, I don't know if they've changed agents since we toured with them. But I mean, even to be fair, even that tour was quite lucky because we didn't really have anything. We didn't really have any management or anything at the time, really. So it was quite a lucky. It was a lucky get, that one, and pretty much only because Kyle and Jai are friends.
Yep.
So, yeah. But yeah,
you
it
can
would be
tell,
cool to do
obviously that
shows with
picture
them.
you sent in the group chat. In the
I know, right?
chat with like,
I was going.
Jai about this big.
I was going through our old Instagram because we were cleaning up some of our old Instagram stuff, and I was like, "What are these? Like some old pictures from like 2014, 2015." It was so funny.
And you were obviously we were a picture with Defences, and like Cherry looks so different. You're not even in it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There was.
Because obviously that was when Ed was in the band.
At one point, Ed was in the band, yeah. Then there was a guy, Theo, who played Bay. I don't know what the situation. I don't know what point there was a crossover, but I know on the album he's credited. On the first album, he's credited, and so is Ed. So Theo was involved in some way. I think him and Kyle are still friends. They go snowboarding quite often. But he was in. I knew him in different bands, weirdly enough. So it was like I knew him from another band. I didn't even realize he was in Defences, to be honest. Like, I must have missed it. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Because now I've been with the band for 5 years. Yeah, 5 years, I think.
Do you plan on doing anything solo, or would you?
I was actually asked to audition for a band. Well, it wasn't really a band, more of a project, really. I just hadn't had the time to set up on a recording setup, really, here yet. I probably do have the space. It's just been so busy, like, since the move, that it's just been on the back burner, really. I have got my new computer actually hooked up to my TV, which is the only reason I'm not on it really now. Otherwise, I'd use that. But yeah, obviously, I'm hogging the TV then if I do that. But
It's like me, this is my stream room now. My bedroom is my stream room.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I was going to say I thought the settings changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I'll look to do something at some point. It's just getting the money to actually pay, like to get it produced properly, is a bit of a challenge. Though Owen has offered his lovely services because he's really good with that kind of stuff. So maybe me and Owen would do something at some point. We joked about
cool.
doing a posh hardcore band as a joke, and it'd be like Henley hardcore, and then like do vocals about tax returns and stuff. 1 second. Oh, how do I mute this?
That sounds like a good idea.
Doesn't it?
The posh, you've got the posh rapper in you. It's like saying
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, we were saying to do just like a posh, pretend to be like super, super rough, but actually we're like pretend to be posh boys.
You could just like take a piss out of Made in Chelsea or something.
Exactly, yeah, exactly that. Like that's the plan.
Drink champagne for lunch. Every day I drink champagne for lunch.
Yeah, avocado on toast. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have to shoot. I think food is ready in a second. So.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
What you having? You having anything good?
I don't know.
Avocado on
I
toast.
think. Yeah. I just told you. But yeah, no, it's been great talking to you and catching up.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I'll
have to do it again at some point.
I'm glad you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, now that we're like in release schedule, it'll be more.
We'll have to get the whole band in. That would be cool.
Get
all of you in.
My brain would explode. I'd be like,
yeah, no, any crap. Yeah, just let me know when you're next doing something. I mean, I guess next release time will be, I don't know if it's April maybe, but yeah, you'll see. Anyway.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, it'll be soon. It's not too long.
Yeah.
Right. I hope you have a lovely evening.
Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Catch you soon.
See you soon.
See you guys.
But I was